Hey guys, sorry I get your
Time to go.
How
Let's
come
go.
I have turkey all the time?
Good for you. Come on. No, we don't.
Get some fruit in those bags too, okay?
How many sandwiches Glenda brings to school, and none of them have any turkey in them.
Well, you want to know how fat Glenda is?
The bag.
I know you love it, Molly, so...
I need my bag.
Right over there.
Okay.
I don't know where it is.
Turkey's the thing,
Where's
Molly.
some bread? Give me some bread.
Get some fruit too.
Morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Mom.
I'll take the apple.
Mommy, take that, will you?
Yeah,
Take
I'll
one of
take
those.
the apple. Okay, I'll take the apple. Okay.
Where were you?
Just driving around.
Ready?
All right.
Right.
You guys all ready? Hurry up. We gotta move.
Okay, look.
The bus is always late. Why do we have to go to?
Are you ready for your science test?
I studied.
Good. Oh, well, this is for you. You're going on a field trip today, right? Oh, where's Carla?
She left already.
Oh,
Okay, guys, let's go. We're gonna be late for the bus.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Okay.
all right.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
It was bad enough when you couldn't sleep in the bedroom. At least when you were sleeping in the closet, I knew where you were. Now you can't even stay in the house. Maybe you should talk to Sarah.
We'll see her this afternoon.
Sharon, it's not normal to be sleeping in a car.
Why do you think I'm seeing a therapist? Our kids are in trouble. We have a child.
Sharon, we can't fix everything.
What about Dave? His stomach is so tied up in eats antacids by the case. Molly's so far behind in school, she's going to have to repeat the year. Doesn't any of this bother you?
Of course it bothers me. Look, we've got some problems that we've got to deal with. But you're sleeping in the car every night. He's not helping.
Nothing's helping. I keep telling you, I have no energy. I can hardly put one foot in front of the other. First they thought I had lupus, then chronic fatigue. My whole body's falling apart and they can't find anything wrong with me. Everything is falling apart.
God, shit.
Don't touch me. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like being touched right now.
Hello? Oh, hi. Yeah, just a minute. It's Mary, your sister.
Mary? Hi. How are you? Oh, we're fine. Oh, the kids are fine.
The reason I called you is because I need your help. I need to see you right away.
Come on, honey. Close this one. Close this.
You haven't talked to Dad in years, and now you're going to send him this? Go crazy.
All I'm asking is that he help pay the cost for me to get over what he did to me. I need $400 a month for my therapy. I asked him for some help in a letter, and he never even wrote back to me.
You can't sue your own father.
I'm doing it.
You're talking about things that happened 20 or 30 years ago.
No, I'm suing him for things that are with me today. Like beating up my 3-year-old daughter, putting my fist through a window, like being locked up in a psych ward because I go out of control. I feel something gripping me, like I'm gonna boil over and I can't stop it.
I didn't know you were in a psych ward.
3 times.
I know our family had lots and lots of problems.
No. You don't know. You left.
Isn't there some statute of limitations?
It's 2 years from the time you remember the injury. This is the furthest it's ever been tested by my lawyer in Colorado.
You're doing this in Colorado?
That's where it happened.
But Dad's a famous lawman in Colorado. He's got tons of friends there.
I need him to answer for this. And I need you to testify about what happened.
What have I got to testify about? He never did anything to me.
But you saw what he did to everybody else.
Well, call them.
I'm asking you to help me.
Well, I'm the wrong person. What about Steve?
No. No, not Steve. No.
Why not? He got it worse than anyone.
Forget Steve.
Well, what about John?
They're both too close to Dad.
Well, how about Susan or Beth?
I haven't talked to them in so long, I don't think they even know who I am anymore. It was hard enough to call you.
Well, then I'll call them. I bet they'll come right out here.
Never.
You're talking about publicly suing Dad. You bet they'll come out here. Do you know what this means? They'll be out here.
I feel bad about Mary, too, but I finished with all this 3 years ago when I wrote Dad that letter.
Yeah, and how did you feel when he didn't answer your letter? That's what Mary's feeling.
You know, the only part of the past I care about is finding my son. And especially now that John has tracked down the adoption agency in New Jersey.
Yeah, I know. But I talk to my kids and they think I should go.
After all they've been through.
Yeah, well, that's why they want me to go. They know what Dad did to me, and they'd love to see him pay a price for it.
Oh, you're gonna pay a bigger price for this if you get involved.
I'm not going to get involved. I just think it's too important not to go and talk to Mary in person.
All right, I'll go with you. We're not gonna get sucked into this.
I know.
And we don't breathe a word of this to Steve or John. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, now come on, you guys. Help. Sue, why don't you set the table?
Sure.
And Beth, you make the salad. Cut up some lettuce. I've got some veggies over there. Come on, help. And put these cut vegetables into the bowl.
Yes, sir. Wash the floors, paper the walls, plow the garden, repair the roof.
There's a good bowl.
Can't believe you're going to do this. Pretty scary.
I'm surprised no one's done it before. You know, Steve and John are gonna totally flip out when they hear about this.
No, I think they're going to support it. Check the chicken in the oven.
Now, I work for these guys. You don't even know them anymore. I don't care about them. I'm asking you to support me. We do support you. We flew clear across the country to see you. But you won't testify. It's not that we don't want to.
Listen, Mary, you don't know what we've been through. My whole life came apart. I couldn't work. I couldn't feed my kids. The only thing I wanted to do was find a way to check out without hurting them. And that's when I went into the hospital and I started remembering weird things about Mom and Dad. I had the flashbacks. I just can't go through that again.
So you won't help me?
I'm scared, Mary. I'm scared for me and I'm scared for my kids. It's hard enough for me just to be here now.
And what about you? Are you scared too? I'm not scared. I'm done with it. Yeah, I went through all of this 3 years ago. I was afraid to leave my house. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop crying. And I lost 15 pounds. But things are stable now. Tom and I are very close to finding where our son is. And if we get into this lawsuit, it's just gonna mess up everything.
Beth, you have no idea how bad things got for me after you left. You don't know. You were gone. By the time I was 3 years old, all of you were gone. You left me alone in that house. And now I'm alone again. And I started remembering what happened to me when I was a kid. I wanted to scream it to every person I could get hold of. I'm not crazy. This is what happened to me. This is what's wrong. It wasn't my fault. And now you want me to keep quiet about it.
No, Mary, that's not what we're saying.
No, you're saying you won't support me. You won't testify. You won't stand up for me.
It's not about supporting you.
You can't imagine what it was like after you left.
What it
was like.
We have been through it.
I'm still going through
No,
it.
I'm not.
I need you to listen to me.
What's the point,
I don't
Mary?
care what happened 20 years ago.
Maybe I should tell you.
Will you stop screaming? Look, I'll go. If nobody else will go, I'll go. But I cannot say that I was abused or that anything happened to me.
No, of course not. You were always on his side.
What are you talking about? I was on your side.
Don't start it.
It doesn't matter whose side you were on. All I'm asking you to do is testify about what you saw.
All right, I can do that. But I can't say anything about what happened to you because I was gone. And I will not say that Dad was all bad. Because there was a lot of good stuff too.
Like what? His public image?
Well, I
His
wasn't
perfect
thinking
little
of that.
family all lined up to watch him sing in church on Sunday.
We were all proud of him. You bragged just as much as everybody else, but Dad was an FBI agent. I mean, outside the family, he was a hero. I mean, the man had a national reputation.
Yeah, child abuse.
What does Mary want from you? She wants me to testify about what it was like growing up in my family.
How are you going to do that when you can't remember it?
Well, I can remember bits and pieces, images. It's just so foggy.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Why don't you write down the bits and pieces that you remember? You like to write, just write it.
I remember the stick job. Every Friday, I'd marshal the kids to pick up all the sticks in the yard. Dad was afraid that if his got caught in his power mower, it might fly up and hurt him.
How many times do I have to say it?
I knew if it wasn't done the way he wanted it, someone would get hit. And I knew Mom wouldn't stop him. So I was the watcher. I kept track of how much time there was before he came home, how long it was safe to let them play, before I started ordering them to work. No one loved him, not even Mom, maybe least of all Mom. So I volunteered to walk the acre with him, checking for sticks, pretending to enjoy myself. I thought if he felt loved, maybe he wouldn't be so angry.
What is that?
Just fell from the tree.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Now. Hurry up.
But if the job hadn't been done just the way he wanted, the yelling would start, and somebody would get hit.
No.
It's Carla. She's sick. She's throwing up.
What's wrong? Have you got a fever?
I'm fine. It's food poisoning.
That's not food, that's alcohol.
She's like this all the time.
What do you mean all the time?
I mean, for the past 6 months.
Why didn't you tell us?
Why didn't you notice?
You're drunk.
So
Don't
what?
you, so what? You want to kill me? I want you to stop this right now. Dare leave me alone.
Stop!
Don't be insolent.
I made you some lunch.
Clean that stuff off the wall.
Okay, see all of these pictures? Yeah. Okay, these pictures are all different parts of Mommy. Okay, they're not Mommy, they're not me, but they're different parts of me. Do you understand that? This is Karen. Karen, this is the part of me. Karen is the part of me that hits you. Karen is the part that we want to send away so she doesn't ever come back.
All right, enough already. I don't believe you. Come here, Jesse. Come on, Jesse. Come to Daddy. Come on. All right, girl. You know there's only one Jesse, right? and you only have one mommy and one daddy. What are you doing? Confusing her with all that stuff. What is that?
I'm just telling her what I'm learning about myself.
Oh, really? Oh, she's 3 years old. You think she needs to be told that her mother split apart in 8 different directions? Oh, let me guess here, Mary. You're gonna be up all night again, is that right?
I'll have a lawsuit coming out that takes time.
Hey, Mary, so does the family, okay? But you want to sit there obsessing every waking hour, obsessing about your past. You should be here right now in the present with us, with your family.
I can't be.
Of course you can be. What does that mean, I can't? You didn't have to start this in the first place.
Just look at her face and tell me I didn't have to start this. Don't you understand that I'm doing this for us?
For us? Well, listen, us can't afford it. Us can't afford the money. What are you thinking up there? What is that? I mean, this is a good thing. Our name's splattered all over town. Mary Rogers for her father.
I have to do this!
Why do you have to do this?
Because of what's happening to me right now!
Stop it, Mary!
I can't!
Stop it!
I can't!
Stop it, Mary!
I can't! I can't! I can't! I can't!
Happier times. I sit down to write about the family, and all these details just come pouring out of me like a gusher, like a sewer.
In the same way.
It's ruining my marriage. I believe it. Whenever I think back on all of it, how scared we were all the time. The absolute tyranny of that house.
No, I mean, the lawsuit is ruining my marriage. That's why I can't continue with it.
What do you mean? You said your whole life depends on this lawsuit. Getting the money for your therapy.
Wayne and I had another fight, and he said that if I don't drop it, he's gonna divorce me and take my little girl.
Oh, Mary.
I'm sorry.
It's just that I've gotten myself into this so deep, and I just now you have to drop it.
My family is all I have. If I lose them, I lose everything.
At first, I didn't want any part of it. Then I said I'd testify. Now I don't want to let go. It's like I'm starting to remember things in my childhood. That's why Mary's lawsuit was so important. I mean, it was making me go places inside of me that I just had never been willing to go before.
What are you going to do now that Mary doesn't need you anymore?
Dave, you left your shoes and socks in the kitchen.
Come on, Mom. You never sit down for a second. I'll clean it up in a
Molly,
minute.
you haven't finished your homework. Come on, you guys. Where do you think you're going?
Out. Dad said it was okay.
Are you crazy? You're not going anywhere. Get in here.
Sharon, what are you...
She's drinking every night.
Oh, she said she'd be home by
And
10
what if
o'clock.
she gets drunk?
Please?
I talked to a doctor who said she's going to kill herself if she keeps this up. You are not stepping 1 foot outside this house until you get some help.
You can't stop
Oh,
me!
yes, I can.
Sharon.
I'm your mother.
Some mother!
Why ever don't yell at me? Because you don't ever do anything around this house. Get in here. You get upstairs and clean your room. Get up there.
Sharon.
Put your bed together. Put your things away.
You're nothing but a slave driver!
A slave driver. I slave drive myself around here. I'm the only one who does anything. I'm the only one who washes the floors. I'm the only one who does the laundry. I'm the only one who picks up everything. I'm the only one who can stop you from killing yourself.
I hate you!
Carla! Sharon.
Help. Help me move this. Get some chairs.
Sheriff.
Get some chairs, I said. Get some chairs. I'm helping our daughter. All of you, help me. Here.
Sharon.
Here. Put this in front of the
Sharon,
door. I want you to sleep in front of the door.
Leave it alone.
Give me this.
Put it back.
Help me. All of you. Here. And go of it.
Please, stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you understand? Stop.
I want you to sleep in this in front of the
Leave
door
it.
tonight.
What are you doing?
Get out of here.
Look what you're doing. What are you doing? Sharon,
Get some chairs. All of you. Help me. Help me. Tell you that.
Stop it. You're in the chair. You're in the chair.
Help me.
Sharon.
I need
Stop it.
help.
Stop it. Put it down. Put it down.
I need help.
Stop it. Now, look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. Look what. Sharon. Sharon.
What was it like for you as a child? Maybe we should ask your 10-year-old child. She's in you, you know. We all have a child in us.
If I have a 10-year-old inside of me, she is too busy. She doesn't have time for friends.
Well, busy doing what?
Keeping house, cleaning the yard, changing diapers, keeping all the kids in line so they don't get hit.
She sounds like a very grown-up child.
No, she is. Yeah, she is. She is strong. She's fierce. She takes charge. She protects everyone. She's the protector.
This really gets me. The minute Mary drops it, Sharon takes over.
She's not taking over. She's just committed to finding out if there's a case against Dad or not.
Daddy's little darling. How could she possibly have a case?
She doesn't think she does. That's why she wants us to go.
I mean, she's always committed to something. It's all right for her to keep busy to avoid going crazy. But if Mary doesn't want to go through with it, why should she?
I don't get it. What are you guys arguing about? Grandpa should be punished for what he did.
Yeah, but what if Sharon goes through with this and it gets in the papers? You want your friends to find out about this?
Who cares?
Your uncles. And you know what will happen if Steve and John find out.
God, what about Mom? If anyone should sue Grandpa, it should be you.
This is a great idea. Why don't we just invite Dad back into our lives? Hi, Dad. How are you? Come on in. Have a seat. Hey, how about a drink? No. Don't have a drink. Have the whole bottle.
What makes you think he's ever been out of my life? I mean, things aren't so great around here. They couldn't stand a little improvement. I may not be sitting in my room in a dirty bathrobe, but I can't hold a job. I can't. I have half a life. That's why I have to see this through. At least see Mary's lawyer in Denver with Sharon.
Leave me out of it. I've got enough to do finding my son.
Maybe you should find a way to deal with how you lost him in the first place.
Well, if I find him, I won't have to.
Wish it were that simple.
You're telling me you had to watch while your father bruised and bloodied your brothers and sisters on a daily basis. Your family used to make jokes about it. A broken eardrum, a cracked rib, bloody noses. You were beaten repeatedly, molested, and you don't think you have enough for a lawsuit? I have been handling abuse cases for 10 years, and based on what you've told me today, I'd say you each have a case.
We each have one.
I can't possibly have a case. I mean, I haven't repressed any memories. I've known about this my whole life.
Now, repressed memory isn't the only way to frame the argument. The way the statute's written, the 2-year limit doesn't start running until you understand the full nature and and extent of your injury. That argument's never been used before in a child abuse case, but I think it's fitting. You didn't connect your abuse to the problems you're having as an adult until after you were hospitalized.
One thing I'm not so sure about is even if we have a case against Dad, why should we pursue it?
No, I'm not saying you should. I can tell you why you shouldn't. There's no guarantee that you'll win. Chances are you'll come out more emotionally scarred than you already are. It's expensive. I can take the gamble as far as my fees are concerned, but the law requires that you pay the expenses. Those could amount to $10,000, $20,000, whether you win or lose. And most importantly, there's no right to privacy in a case like this. And I guarantee you the defense will find the one thing you don't want anyone to ever know about you, and they'll drag it right out there for all the world to see.
Why would anyone ever do it?
Compensation?
I'm not looking for money. I just want my dad to face up to what he did, to the others. And I'd like my mother to face up to what she did, especially to me.
What was her part in all this?
She was right there. I mean, 6 kids were abused over a 25-year period, and she didn't know what was going on. If we bring a lawsuit against Dad, I want to include Mom.
She never did anything to hurt me, and I don't want to hurt her.
You've always taken Mom's side.
Yeah, and you've always taken Dad's.
Well, I'm hardly taking a side here. I'm talking about suing him.
Look, I think your lawsuit is with your father, not your mother, but I want you to think very carefully about it. If you can't honestly stand up and say I was wronged and I am entitled to compensation, then you should forget the lawsuit.
The whole idea terrifies me, but I mean, you know, in spite of everything Dad did, he's not a monster.
My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
Hey, Susie. Susie, it's your daddy. Daddy loves you, Susie. You know how much Dad loves you? Hmm? Do you know? Do you know? Come here, Susie. Come here. Won't you give Daddy a big kiss? Hmm? Come on, give him a big kiss.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Oh, God, this is how I felt just before I went in the hospital. Oh, why won't he leave me alone? Oh, don't touch me! Oh, God. Isn't that stupid? I mean, why shouldn't you touch me? For the same reason nobody could touch me. I mean, that's what cost me my marriage. Not to mention what it's cost me in doctors and hospitals and therapists. I'm the one who should sue the minister. I mean, you may have a problem with compensation, but I don't. It has cost me a fortune in therapists and hospitals. Just trying to get over what he did to me.
Then we'll do it together. Kids used to get beaten for just having their hair combed wrong or for having dirty fingernails.
Punches in the face, in the head.
Somebody was always walking around with a bloody nose or a split lip.
Oh, man. He was like a jealous lover. He would. He didn't want to see me with boys. He didn't want to see me on dates. I had a lot of problems when I got married. was hard for me to have sex with someone who wanted me. 3 of us have been hospitalized. 3 of us have been.
And it went on and on. We figured it out. The physical and assaults went on from, what, 1944 to 1970. Oh, we had a whole language, too. Remember? We used words like skittering and stalking.
Yeah, and skittering was hunkering against the wall so you could get past it.
And stalking. That was when Dad would follow right behind you, right on your heels, with his fist clenched. God, it was really intimidating.
The whole atmosphere in the family was, don't say anything. Dad might lose his job. We wouldn't have any money. I mean, he might lose his pension. We have to hang on.
What about the enemas?
Oh, God, Mom and her enemas.
I don't know why she would do that.
God only knows, but she certainly thought we needed them.
And she was also weird around religion. She had this idea that she got lights from God. She had a gift of prophecy.
Your mother, was she... Did your father ever beat her?
Yeah, but not as frequently as the kids.
Oh, she was part of the whole dynamic. They knew just what buttons to push at each other.
They kept doing it.
I remember when they went out, they'd always come home and get into a fight. Usually over his drinking too much.
Things always escalated. But you could see it coming. It was like a countdown. Oh.
Don't touch me! Got to the point where they hardly spoke to each other.
Yeah, eventually he moved into a room in the basement.
Are you suggesting that's why he turned to his daughters?
Oh, no. Lots of husbands and wives don't sleep together, but those men don't molest their children.
Do you think that at this stage of her life, she'd be willing to talk about these things?
I doubt it.
What Sharon got to complain about? She was never beaten after the age of 2. If you ask me, this whole vicious thing is because Sharon is losing her sexuality and she's taking it out on her father.
She was beaten before the age of 2?
If she cried too much or if she wet her bed. When she was 10 months old, her father threw her across the room into her crib. It's a wonder her neck wasn't broken. I should have left him right then and there, but I was pregnant with Susan. After she came along, he never hit Sharon again.
He hit Susan.
And the others. But there was nothing I could do to stop it.
Did you ever consider getting a divorce?
I'm a Catholic.
But eventually you did get a divorce.
Yes.
What about the allegation of abuse?
I can't believe that ever happened. But whatever did happen, it wouldn't have been so bad if Sharon had tried to stop it.
What could she have done?
Making him a sandwich? Why don't you give him a kiss? Tell him how wonderful he is. That way you'll never get hit. What about your brother? Why don't you do something to help him?
She was his pet. She could have done something.
I don't understand how...
Of course you don't. You have no idea what it was like living in that house. You have no idea what it was like watching your children being beaten and not being able to do anything to stop it.
Did you try?
Of course I did. I yelled. I screamed. I prayed novenas. I went to Mass and communion. I said rosaries. I did everything in my power to stop it.
Not the head, Ed. Not the head.
Don't ever disobey me again!
She was always afraid of brain damage. She'd say, not the head, not the head. I mean, I wanted to scream at her, shut up, just shut up. You know, because that's where the blows would come every time, every single time. I mean, why didn't she say not the legs? Not the legs.
Sharon, just what the hell do you think you're doing? I just got off the phone with Dad. He says he's been served papers for a lawsuit for child abuse.
He's totally destroyed. He wants to kill himself. Now, John and I talked him out of that, and he's willing to get treatment for his alcoholism.
Oh, that's great.
Look, he's willing to get help. This lawsuit won't help him.
It's helping me.
Yeah, well, why don't you stop thinking about yourself for a change? He's an old man.
I'm thinking about myself for the first time in my life.
Leave us out of it. You're 3,000 miles away. Stop trying to run everyone else's life and screwing everything up. And you leave Dad alone. He's sick. He's an alcoholic. Why can't you just forgive and forget?
You forgive me, Steve? Do you love me? I love you too. Love you too.
It's going to be much harder for him to lie if you're sitting in the room. You were a child abuse expert, first with the FBI and later with the district attorney's office. You've written extensively on the subject. You've spoken out publicly on behalf of abused children. Have you ever thought of yourself as a child abuser?
I've thought of myself as a domineering son of a bitch who demanded strict responses from his children. I don't think my behavior rose to the level of criminal abuse.
Do you recall that when you disciplined one of your children, you would line the rest of them up to watch?
I don't recall that.
Do you recall when Steve ruined some family film, the children were forced to watch while you beat him with a board?
No.
Do you recall rupturing Steve's eardrum? Do you recall when you punched John and blood splurted all over the wall and you told him to clean it up?
No.
Do you recall throwing him into the air and punching him so hard that he messed his pants?
No, I do not.
If you had, would you recall that?
If I did any injury, I would.
By injury, you mean?
Marks, bruises, whatever welts.
Did you ever try to cover any marks?
I did not try to conceal
I am asking
anything.
you if you ever tried
No.
to conceal welts,
No, ma'am.
bruises, marks.
No, ma'am.
Do you recall when Susan was 6 weeks old, beating her leg so severely that your wife had to put tights on her to hide the bruises?
No.
Do you remember when Sharon was less than a year old, throwing her across the room into her crib because she was crying? Have you ever abused any of your daughters?
No.
Do you recall going into the girl's bedroom, stroking Susan's legs, kissing her on the mouth, and telling her that you loved her?
Absolutely not.
Do you recall when Susan...
Excuse me, I remember telling her that I loved her.
Do you recall when Susan was in her late teens, taking her downstairs to your bed, climbing on top of her and fondling her?
No.
Why would she make this allegation if it wasn't true?
Loss of her father's affection, lack of attention, the divorce.
But you don't consider the possibility that she's angry with you because of abuse?
Absolutely not. I may not have been the best father in the world, I know that. That's why I went into this field.
To learn about child abuse?
That's correct.
Did you learn about it firsthand in your own home?
No.
All 4 of your daughters have accused you of repeated
If I
physical
had
and
abused
sexual
my
assault.
children, I would know it. I spent 35 years in law enforcement with a specialty in child abuse. I'm very angry now because I'm getting very distressed. I love these 2 kids. I love the other ones too. If I was such a terrible father, why not tell me when I'm 35 or 40? Why tell me now? I'm 72 years old.
You're a specialist in abuse. You're aware of the dynamics of denial in an abused child.
Counsel, I'm being accused of things that happened over 30 years ago. By my own flesh and blood. How's that feel? Sue your own father. Drag down your family name. Feel good?
He sounded so reasonable. It brought me right back to my childhood when I would see something and have to pretend it never happened.
Is that what this poetry's about?
I don't know what it's about.
Here, why don't you read one?
And he'd speak about things I needed to know in a voice that covered me to my chin, in yards of purple velvet, until my whole body tingled alive. Then, timing my breath to his, we'd glide to that rhythm in the pitch black, rising and falling like lovers riding a carousel.
What does that mean to you?
I don't know.
Who's the voice? The voice in the dark.
Oh, that's the voice of God. I've heard it ever since I was a little girl.
How do you know it's God?
I've just always known it. It's the same voice I hear every time Pat and I try to make love. Speaks to me. Pulls me away.
What does the voice say?
Something about never feeling that way again.
What way?
I don't know.
When did you first start hearing this voice?
When I was 5, I started. I've never told this to anyone. I had a ritual. Every night I'd lie down alone in my bed and I can't let anyone know this. I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Sharon. Sharon, look at me. Sharon. Here. Here, Don. You all right? Oh, Sharon, these things happen. They happen. It's part of the process. Now, listen. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through it together. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I'll go with you to the court every single day.
I'm asking you if you remember your father ever hitting you.
No.
So you're saying that every child except you was abused. Isn't that what you're saying? That all through your childhood, you were on your father's side, his favorite, and now you turn on him? Which Sharon are we supposed to believe? He never laid a hand on you. Yet you have the audacity to bring a lawsuit against him for child abuse.
Answer as simply as you can.
But it's not simple. It's not simple.
Your childhood was spent in a concentration camp. Your father was like a... and your mother didn't stop him.
I'll shoot again. Fooled you, fooled you, fooled you. Come to this. Clean, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Let's go 1, 2, 3, up.
Dana Quinn.
I can tell you why this is so hard. It's easy for you and everyone else to talk about my father the way you do, but you won't understand this, Dana, but there's a part of me that wants my father. We had a common bond. No one loved him and no one loved me. Once I walk out of that courtroom, I'll never see him again. Never. I'll never be at his deathbed. And that's hard for me because there's a part of me that wants to keep on loving him, believing in him. I know that's sick, but it's the truth.
It's all I'm asking you to do, Sharon. Tell the truth.
I know what I have to do. I have to face my dad on his own turf. In a court of law. That's the only place he respects. It's the only place he'll listen to me.
He's not going to show up.
Can't you make him show up?
He has a right not to appear.
You know, this is what he always does. This is what he did to Beth and Mary when he didn't answer their letters.
You get a default judgment. Maybe you can find some other way to confront your father.
He'll never listen to us.
There's no defendant. I've never seen a case tried without a defendant.
Does that mean it can't be done?
Technically, no. You're entitled to a trial. But that doesn't mean that you'll win. The statute we're using has never been tested. So I want you to think very carefully about how you'll feel if you go ahead with this and lose. Your father wasn't even here with a defense.
This isn't about winning. This is about holding our father accountable for what he did.
I started out doing this for everyone else, but now I need it. If Dad won't acknowledge anything that he's done, maybe the jury will.
Your Honor, the plaintiffs would like to proceed with the trial.
Until recently, Sharon was like a superwoman, pursuing her PhD in education at Harvard, working full-time as a faculty administrator, part-time as a teaching fellow, and raising 6 children. To all outward appearances, she was the perfect mother with the perfect family.
When did all that stop?
When her children fell apart, one ran off with the man who beat her, another one started drinking heavily.
Do you have an opinion as to why that happened?
Oh, I think it can all be traced back to the abuse and the atmosphere of abuse she suffered as a child.
Now, Sharon has given you permission to speak openly about everything she shared with you. Is that correct?
Between the ages of 5 and 11, Sharon engaged in some very private rituals. These rituals were done alone, but it's my opinion that they're reenactments of experiences taught to her by someone else. They involved objects.
I can't know this. No.
You won't feel this way again
Say it. Don't say it.
until you're married.
Don't touch me.
the rituals, the objects. That's not the worst. That's not the worst.
Something is happening here. We want you to be a part of it.
I've seen some of it. It's been on the news all day.
I'm not talking about what's on the news. I'm talking about what's happening to us, to me and Susan. And we want you to be here. When Sarah was on the stand, I started to feel things I haven't felt since I was 5 years old. It wasn't clear. It was just sort of pieces. But they were there.
I really can't talk now.
I'm not asking you to come for me, Beth. I'm asking you to come for you.
Well, I'm still thinking about it. Good luck tomorrow.
She drags our name through the mud, and you don't have the guts to tell her you're not going. Beth, I don't understand you.
I don't expect you to. You haven't had a breakdown. You haven't been in the hospital.
Well, let's just think about that for a minute, Beth. Why do you suppose that is? I mean, I had it worst. Everybody says I had it the worst. But I'm not falling apart. I'm not on medication. Do you know why?
Maybe because you're a man. No, maybe because your abuse wasn't...
Because I didn't let it beat me. I stood up and took it.
I was molested. And so was Susan, and so was Mary.
That didn't happen. I lived in the house. I know. Beth, this is your brother. The uncle to your kids, the guy who took Mara to the hospital when she fell off her bicycle. But I'll tell you something. You go out there, and you can forget about having me as a brother.
Don't threaten me.
Your kids can forget about having me as an uncle. You can forget about ever seeing me again.
Don't you bully me. If I want to go, I'll go. Nothing ever changes. I am trapped in the middle. I am always trapped in the middle.
When I was 12 years old, my father sent me to the store to get some Worcestershire sauce, and I came home with horseradish instead. He was furious. He told me to go back and get it right. But I was scared, because by now it was dark outside, and the store was over a mile away. I would have had to go through some pretty bad neighborhoods. My mother even said something to him, but he insisted that I go alone as a punishment, because he was sure that I had gotten the wrong bottle on purpose.
What happened?
On the way home, I was raped. A man pulled me into his car and hit me. I remember running home crying and thinking that my father was going to be really mad at me because I had taken so long.
And was he?
No. He was mad at the man who did it to me. He took me into the bathroom. I was still holding the bottle. And he made me tell him what happened.
Do you remember his eyes?
He made me describe the man,
What was he wearing?
the car, all the details.
Do you remember? Did he say anything to you? Anything? Did he have a car? Did he take you in a car? Did he do it there? What? Did you see anybody? Anybody? Did you see anybody around when this was going on? Did you hear anybody call out? Did you call out? Did you call out? Did you at least say something? Did you say stop?
He didn't care about me. He didn't get me any help. All he cared about was catching the man who did it.
Would you tell the jury the incident that happened when you were 19?
I came home late from rehearsal. A boy drove me home, and when I got out of the car, my mother was waiting for me.
Rehearsal, man, please. You just got You're nothing but a cheap little tramp.
Don't you leave the girl alone?
She's nothing but a little...
I know what you've been doing, you little tramp. She's nothing but a... My father took me downstairs to his room.
go on. You're a big girl now. No decisions. Home when you want. Sit. Sit. Tell me all about it. Here. Come here. Look at me. Look at me. What are you doing? Take your jacket off. Come on, take your jacket off. Take your jacket off. Don't do there.
Would be taken as a signal for him to go further. So I just laid there like a corpse, leaving my body. I floated right out of my body. I watched him from the ceiling, out of reach.
Do you recall being beaten by your father?
Yes, the worst ones usually came after a long build-up.
Could you describe a severe beating for us?
My father had certain ideas about how you should wear your hair. He told us he didn't want us to look like kids. So one day, some friends of mine on the tennis team had a bottle of peroxide, and we put it in our bangs. I was afraid to go home. And when I went home, I got the silent treatment for a week.
Come here!
Got me up against an iron pole, and he was banging my head against it. And after he punched me in the head, he started kicking me in the ribs. And the strange thing is, I didn't feel any pain. I remember being kind of fascinated and saying to myself, this is like the movies. This is like watching someone else get it. It was one of the most severe beatings I ever got. And I don't remember feeling anything.
Wait! It's okay. Everything's okay.
God, it's not okay!
I'm proud of you. You did the right thing.
It's not okay! I can't feel anything! It's not just then, it's now. God, I walked out of 14 years of marriage and I didn't feel a thing, not even for my children. And that hurts now. I don't want you to take that away from me. It's my pain. It belongs to me. For the first time in my life, I can really feel it. Just let me have it. Don't try to fix it.
The youngest member of the family, Mary Rogers, was not present in the courtroom. However, a crowded gallery was shocked by the reading of her deposition, which painted a disturbingly detailed account of sexual abuse by her father, who thus far has not answered the charges. The trial is in its third day.
Are you mad that you didn't go?
The shattered lives of the Rogers children are
No, I made my own choice. I have to give my deposition.
So your part's over now.
My part in the trial.
Well, there's another part. What other part is there?
Being there with my sisters.
For what?
I want to be part of what they're doing now. Not the trial, but they're throwing out the old family, and I need to do that too. I want to be a part of that.
I think you should go.
I'm not gonna get on the stand. I'm not gonna embarrass you.
I think you should go. Listen, you've already proved this family comes first. That's all that mattered to me. You know, listen, you started this thing. I think you should at least be there for the finish. Right?
No, I feel like a 50-pound weight's been lifted off me. Oh, yeah, I was scared to get up on the stand. But you guys would have been so proud of me. I mean, I did. Maybe now I can really be a mom. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to get home. Oh, just a minute. Somebody's at the door. Hang on. Who is it?
It's your father. I've got a gun. It's loaded and I'm planning to shoot. Where are those pesky Rogers sisters? I'm so glad you're here. Oh. Yeah, well, I figure what's a child abuse trial without a few laughs?
What are you doing here?
Taking away your circus tent.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
You'll see. You think it's fun being a tradie? You just wait. We'd like a continuance so that we can prepare a defense. Could I have some water, please?
Your father had ample notice to prepare a defense. Do you have any reason to believe that he isn't voluntarily absent from these proceedings?
I'm going to answer that question truthfully. I know he voluntarily absented himself because he believes he'll get crucified here, and so do I. But my brother and I are willing to be here and hire an attorney if we have to and counter this stuff.
Mr. Rogers, your father can speak for himself or he can hire an attorney, but you can't speak for him.
Excuse me. Hey, ladies! John, you have no right to do this. You know what you're doing to my family? To my father? To us? No, I know the house is a bloodbath. I was beaten worse than anyone.
Stop it. Listen to what you're saying. You're saying that this home was a bloodbath, that it wasn't safe. That's all your sisters are saying.
You're railroading the guy. You are destroying him. Shut up!
Get away from her!
Shut up, Sharon! Will you cut it out? Susan! Just go! You should stand in that damn word I gave you choice. No one would give you choice. I don't doubt your kid would hurt herself. This is unfair. You understand? Keep the damn camera out of my face!
I don't want to be here. I certainly don't want to talk about the beatings and the violence. Not that I didn't go through that. I was beaten constantly. I was yanked up off the floor by my ponytail. I had my head shoved into a toilet and held underwater when I was 2 years old. But what I feel most strongly, and what I can't seem to get over, no matter how much I try, and I've been trying for 20 years, is something that happened to me when I was 17. I got pregnant. I was sure my dad was going to kill me because he'd come close enough to it before. But he seemed to understand. I felt like I had a father for the first time in my life. I thought, well, maybe he really does care about me.
You're gonna make me a grandpa.
Over my dead body.
Over your dead body, what?
Do you know what this is going to do to your career? To this family's reputation?
Helen, your daughter is having a baby.
Do you want to be seen in church with a daughter whose belly's out to here?
Daddy? For 5 minutes, I had a father. And then he was gone. I was sent away for 9 months to have my baby. Nobody came to see me. I was alone the whole time. Tom tried to come and see me, but he couldn't stand up to my parents. We were just kids. I can forgive him for that, but I really can't forgive my parents. They put my baby up for adoption. I never saw him. Except once. I woke up once and the nurse wheeled him in by mistake, and I screamed at her to get him out of there because I knew that I couldn't have him. But I saw his foot. That's it. I just saw his foot. I never touched him. I never held him. And, when I got home, I was told to act like I never had him. And my father, who always had the strength to beat me up, but he couldn't stand up to my mother. He came to me and he put his hands on me and he said, I'll never forget this. He said, my baby's a woman now.
There, you can't cry forever. Guess who thought about this little girl the whole time you were gone? And you know what I was thinking?
Why didn't I say no? Why didn't I say no when they took my child? Because in that house, if you said no, you got beaten. And it worked. The violence and the intimidation worked. You know, my dad did unspeakable things to us. It's amazing that we all survived. Because nobody ever stopped it. I think nobody even ever tried to stop it.
I did try. I did everything in my power to stop it. I cleaned the house. I picked up the yard. I washed dishes. I cooked dinner.
Yeah, and you did every bit of it so you wouldn't get hit.
Don't say that. I did it for you.
What difference did it make how clean the house was or how many sticks we picked up from the yard?
You think it's any feather in your cap that Dad didn't kill us?
Why can't you admit it? I was there for you. I was on your side, and all you ever did was make fun of me. You called me square share. Well, it wasn't funny. I should have just said to hell with you and thought about myself for once, but I stayed there, and I did make a difference, and don't you ever dare tell me that I didn't.
No, Sharon. You weren't there. You left. After you left, everything got worse.
was the youngest one, so I was all they had left. And nobody came along to replace me, so it didn't stop as I got older. I remember by the time I was 7 or 8, I would go downstairs to his bedroom at night, and I would leave my nightgown on, but I'd take my underwear off. That was the routine. Beth, please don't go. I remember once he came downstairs and I was sitting on his bed. There was a vanity table next to the bed with a jar of Vaseline on it. And he sat down next to me on the bed, and he stroked my hair. And he kissed me on the mouth. And he got on top of me. But it didn't work. And he got really angry. So he told me to watch him while he And then when he was finished, I pulled my nightgown down, and Daddy pulled up his pants, and we knelt down by the side of the bed, and we said our prayers. And then he kissed me on the forehead, and he got up and left. And I remember I was bleeding. So don't tell me you were there for me. Please. Nobody was.
first night I met Sharon, she talked a lot about her father. She was like a little girl with a cowboy hero or something. She said that he was the best shot, that he could get a confession out of anybody.
What did you notice when you met her father?
I remember her going up to him and pulling on his tie, teasing him. She seemed more like his wife than his daughter. I remember feeling jealousy.
When were you first aware that there were sexual problems in your relationship?
After our first child was born, she'd get really tight and pull away like she was afraid. In the last 2 years, Sharon and I have had intercourse 4 times. It's partly my fault. I should have spoke up about it, and I didn't. I didn't speak up about anything. I watched the children falling apart, and you started sleeping in the closet, and I pretended everything was fine.
How would you describe your relationship with your father?
I took care of him. I waited on him. I greeted him at the door. I sat with him at dinner. I tried to love him.
Why would you try to love the man who was beating and molesting your siblings?
So he would stop beating them. I thought if he felt loved, he would stop. So I just made up my mind to love him.
Did that help lessen the abuse?
Nothing helped. But I tried. I did the laundry. I cleaned the house. I said rosaries. I did crazy, compulsive things like running up and down the stairs 20, 50, 100 times. Because I told myself that if I did it enough times, the beatings would stop. I believed that. For years. With every ounce of my being.
What did you do after your father beat someone?
Well, I tried to make him feel loved so that he would stop being mad and he wouldn't beat somebody else. I'd bring him a beer or a sandwich. You see, they were disobedient. If they had obeyed Dad like I did, he wouldn't have beaten them. That's why he didn't beat me, because I was obedient. Susan resisted. She fought back. That's why she was beaten so often. But, you see, she challenged Dad. And she challenged his control. Every day was about survival. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to save myself. That's what I did. I saved myself. I've always believed that I was helping them. But it's a lie. Why didn't I tell him to stop? I allowed him to believe that what he was doing was all right. That's why he kept on doing it. I was the collaborator. Wasn't I?
Sharon, you were a child. Sharon, you've been reluctant to include yourself with your sisters in allegations of abuse.
I have some words in my head. I have some body sensations. I have these feelings of suffocation, someone on top of me. I've never had the courage to say this before. But yes, I know it happened.
How did it feel How did it feel to stand by and watch your sisters and brothers being beaten?
I honestly don't remember feeling anything.
Nothing?
Nothing. The first time I realized that wasn't normal, I was 16. I was working as a nurse's aide on a maternity ward. On 3 different occasions, infants died. And all 3 times I volunteered to bring the babies to the morgue because it didn't bother me. I remember thinking, what is wrong with you? Why can't you feel something? Feel anything? What's wrong with you?
What happened when you had your own babies?
I remember being pregnant. All of my friends were having babies. They kept telling me how good it feels to be a mother. Wait until you feel that, they said. Just wait until you hold your own baby in your arms. When they handed me my baby, I waited for those feelings. But they didn't come. I knew something was very wrong. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel love. It was no different than holding the dead babies. I said to myself, something is wrong with you. You don't work right. I knew I just didn't work right. I remember telling myself that children need to be touched. They need to be loved. And I reminded myself. I told myself every day to pick up my baby. I didn't wait for the feelings. I just picked her up. But she couldn't have felt any love. The abuse I suffered, I passed on to my children. And not by beating them or molesting them, but by simply bringing them into this world and trying to be a mother. I couldn't do that because I'm not so different from my own mother. And that's the most painful thing I've ever said in my life. The woman I believed hated me. The woman who I hated couldn't teach me how to love. And I couldn't teach my children. I know some of our damage is permanent. But I can feel now. And if I can feel, maybe I can love. I can love my children. I can love my husband. Maybe even I can love myself.
Sure, there was abuse. I'm not gonna lie about it. But our brother absolutely denies any type of. Yeah, that's stuff. Hey, Susan, you're not gonna get away with this. Payback. Payback. Where's the forgiveness? Where's the healing? You'll never see me again. You're not my sisters.
You once told me that all you ever wanted out of this was for Grandpa to own up to what he'd done.
That's true.
Well, that isn't good enough for me. You think you can stand up there in front of all those people and tell me you love me? And have